Metal Jesus Rocks here. Now, if I look a little tired and hungover, well, it's because yesterday was my 40th birthday, and I had this great idea of opening up my Metal Jesus Man Cave to all my friends and allow them to come over and play video games. And it was a lot of fun. I actually wanted to shoot more video than I did, but it got kind of crazy around here, kind of hectic, and I just wasn't able to actually focus for long enough to get a ton of good videos in here. But I did ask a bunch of people, what their favorite retro game was. Figured that might be kind of fun to sort of break the ice. This is going to be a short video, so I'll come back next week with a full-on one, but I hope you enjoy it. Take a look. All right, Ninja. So, name classic game that you love.
A classic game that I love, Xevious was one of my favorite arcade games.
Nice.
Loved it. I love the music to it. I love the whole shooting the ground and then launching everything up. I know the patterns I dropped. I loved that game. I don't know how many quarters I dropped in that.
What old consoles did you have?
Well, consoles. We started with Pong.
Was that built out of wood?
It was. It was coal-fired. Coal-fired Pong.
Moon Patrol.
Dude, Moon Patrol! I love that game.
Love
I know.
really
I got the...
Scramble! Scramble, too!
That game's hard. Scramble's hard. I have that, but it's tough.
Ship that we had to go through the mazes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, gosh, I hated that game. But Moon Patrol was awesome.
The only one that I can really think of is the early PlayStation Tomb Raiders.
That's good.
I didn't really get into the Segas and all of that. When I was a kid, I was too busy beating up the boys.
That happens.
There's so many of them.
I know.
I honestly,
That's
I
a
can't
cry
really...
for help. There's so many. I don't remember. Guy, go to a meeting.
off the top of my head.
Quick.
As a kid.
I remember, as a kid, I really loved Blaster Master for the original Nintendo.
Game. Pick
Frogger.
one. Frogger, good.
2600, Frogger. On your previously featured honorable mention.
Nice.
I have to say, I thought it should have been in the top 10, but I appreciate that you mentioned it.
I actually played a ton of it that week when I was, it was tempting to put it up there at the top.
a good game.
Favorite retro game?
Oh my god. I'm a big Frogger fan.
Yes!
Two.
Yes!
Frogger is two.
Okay.
Frogger.
That's good.
Close with Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man.
Excellent answers. And?
I'm going to have to go with Kaboom.
Ooh, Kaboom. Tough game.
Centipede.
Nice.
Yeah.
Love that game.
Yeah, I got to play it a couple of years ago. I went to visit my cousin and her husband has
Oh my God, it's an Atari.
purchased a video game, shell.
Right.
And put a computer inside of it.
He's got one of those, actually. It's
and
yeah.
and a monitor, and so he's got hundreds and hundreds of games, and so I got
Did he have the trackball?
I think so.
Cool.
Yeah, because I remember playing Centipede on it.
Okay. Favorite retro game?
Tank.
Nice.
Oh, yes, it's a video camera. He's just not like that.
It's the same one
It's
we
actually
have.
there so I can actually talk at it, huh?
Yeah.
It's like Tank. I'm like, okay.
Okay, well, interesting. Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
There we go. Maybe the biplanes. That might have been good too, right? You got the biplanes?
Are you thinking of Combat?
Yeah, it's Combat. There's Tank. That's the name of the cartridge, I think. Is it
Yes,
not?
you're right.
It's
Absolutely
Tank.
right.
Obviously, the original Prince of Persia.
Okay.
Because Jordan McNair is a genius. And,
On what system?
Apple IIe.
Apple. That's a good answer.
I wrote Pong on the Apple IIe.
Oh,
You what?
seriously?
What?
I wrote Pong on the Apple IIe.
You wrote Pong. On
I
the...
wrote Pong on
You
the
write
Apple
it in
IIe.
Apple logo?
Huh.
No, I didn't have an Apple logo. It was just loaded up on the bulletin board, and I'm the guy that wrote Pong.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Little Mermaid on the original Nintendo Entertainment System.
Nice.
Because you had to fight Ursula, and it was really crazy, and it was super 2D, and it was very you were floating up through a cave for the entire game, and then you had to fight Ursula in a cave, the same cave you'd been in for that entire game.
Favorite retro game? It's not entirely retro, but it works. Sega Genesis, Joe Montana Football '94, because
I played as the Dallas Cowboys, and as Emmett Smith, I just spin moved the entire damn game. I'd run one play, and I win every game I played without a challenge.
I love those old games. Like I figured out that you could beat the original Mortal Kombat if you just did like low kicks, like really fast.
Exactly.
And I beat the entire game doing these little low
spam,
kicks.
like, the C button on the Sega Genesis controller, flat out.
Yes.
I'd have to say the first version of Metroid.
On the NES.
Yep.
Good answer. Good
I stayed
answer.
up way too many late nights and then fell asleep in high school class or whatever. Didn't pay attention to class.
Favorite retro game?
She missed it earlier.
Favorite retro game?
She doesn't have any retro games because she was born in 1981.
No, dude.
Alright,
No. NES or no. Well, she would actually. It'd be like Genesis or Super Nintendo.
Oh, okay.
Go.
No.
I just dated myself.
Oh, you're such a bitch. You're such a bitch.
Oh, she's adorable. She reminds me
Well, okay. I did have.
I'm like, are you kidding? She reminds me of Kim Papa a little bit. Doesn't
God damn it! I hate when you're recording me.
Come on. All right, fine. You.
Retro games?
Yeah, favorite retro.
Gotta go get a drink.
I can't remember what it's called. It was after Pac-Man, but pre Nintendo.
Okay.
What the hell?
Was the Atari?
Yes.
Okay. Miss Pac-Man?
No. Jungle. Something about the jungle.
Jungle Hunt?
Yes. That and Dig Dug, and I love Defender.
And Pitfall, perhaps?
Pitfall was pretty cool, but I really dug Defender. There was something about the whole outer space theme, you know, pre-V, because, you know, that came a little bit later.
Yeah.
That I was like, I like this, but there were no hot women in it. So, you know, I have to kind of say V had the advantage over Defender, but in terms of games, Defender was pretty cool.
What game had hot women? Actually,
None.
No. I know. Come on.
Come on. This
I'm
was
gonna
wrong.
show you. I'm gonna show you a game that has hot women in it, and their lovers.
How did
It's a
I
game
miss
called
this?
Fear Effect. Have you heard of this?
I was just deprived. It's deprived. No,
Alright, so I hope that you enjoyed that. We had a kick-ass time last night. Played a ton of Rock Band, played a ton of Atari 2600, Genesis, we played this Super Nintendo, the N64. It was awesome. And I'll tell you what, man, I mean, it's a sign of a good party when someone gives you Dokken, the original Final Fantasy for the NES, and a bottle of Maker's Mark. I mean, that's awesome. Actually, let me show you some of the gifts I got. Now, I turned 40, and I got a 40. How cool is that? I don't know if I'm actually going to drink this or not. I'm afraid. And then also, a rock and roll guitar spatula. How cool is that? All right, I want to thank you for watching. Take care.